Michael Coleman, an Australian man aged 35, was one of 27 passengers on board 2 boats bound for Gaza in an attempt to deliver much-needed aid and medical supplies to the besieged coastal strip. The Israeli army intercepted the boats in international waters on Friday, November 4, and the passengers have been detained since. Coleman anticipated that the boats would likely be intercepted, which would be followed by detainment, and prepared a video for the Australian public in advance.
If you're seeing this video, I'm currently in an Israeli detention centre. I've been arrested for challenging the illegal blockade of Gaza.
Coleman maintains that his actions were lawful and peaceful and has urged other Australians to support him by demanding his release.
Please notify your Member of Parliament or the Department of Foreign Affairs immediately to lobby for my release and to get Australia to support the Palestinian people who suffer these injustices every day.
The Free Gaza group in Australia that was involved in coordinating the efforts of the flotilla feel the Australian government should be doing more to demand Coleman's release.
We gave notice to the Australian government that the boats were in international waters as soon as they reached international waters, and we had no response at all from the Australian government.
The fact that if these sorts of things had happened off the coast of Somalia, we'd be talking about kidnapping and piracy. We're not talking about those sorts of things where we've just sort of rolled over and played the game. So I'm very disappointed in the action or lack of action that the government's taken on Michael's behalf.
The Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade told Press TV that they do not have an official position on the incident, but refer to its travel advisory for the Gaza Strip, which states, "We strongly advise against travelling by sea to the coast of the Gaza Strip in breach of Israeli naval restrictions or participating in any attempt to break the naval blockade. An Australian intending to participate in flotillas should be aware that they risk arrest by the Israeli authorities, prosecution and deportation."
Well, the response by DFAT to the plight of an Australian citizen illegally held by Israel illustrates why people like Michael Coleman want to take this portion of foreign policy into their own hands. The DFAT circular refers to Israeli naval patrols of Israeli coastal and contiguous waters. They can't even bring themselves to describe them as Palestinian waters. Israel had no right to stop them. That's a form of collective punishment, and that's illegal under international humanitarian law. Australia should be clear and say so.
Michael Coleman was arrested in Greece earlier in the year when the Gaza Freedom Flotilla attempted to set sail from the European port, only to be prevented from the local Greek authorities in what was a multi-governmental effort to prevent the flotilla from setting sail. At present, Israeli authorities are refusing to immediately release Coleman and other detainees unless they sign a voluntary deportation agreement. The detainees maintain that they tried entering Gazan waters from international waters and that Israel's interception was an illegal act of piracy. They also maintain that there would be no need to deliver aid to the impoverished strip if Israel lifted its illegal siege of Gaza. Rihab Sharida, Press TV, Sydney.